I don't know if we actually can say this legally.
No, you totally can. Fuck him.
It's time!
Ladies and gentlemen, going straight into this main card, we have the first of our 2 title fights. So, diving straight into this one, we have... Now, I'm going to call it an interesting matchup, but a lot of people don't view this as an interesting matchup.
I am one of them.
It's Carla Esparza versus Zhang Weili. Now, Carla Esparza, for some reason, she has that secret sauce. She has that special something that can just defeat Rose Namajunas. Yep. Now, Rose Namajunas, as you know, she knocked out Zhang Weili the first fight with that beautiful head kick. The second time around, she beat her clean. Now, Rose Namajunas is one of the most dominant female champions in UFC history. A lot of people say that she is the best, but for some reason, she just keeps losing to the cookie monster, Carla Esparza.
No, like you said, completely. Carla Esparza just seems to know the one thing that nobody else knows about Rose Namajunas. Like, she's just got the secret sauce. She's just chilling back. She's like, I don't need a plan about that girl. I know how she works. I'm in her head. It's fine. But so look, she's coming off of the title fight against Rose where she won, but it was an absolute snooze fest. And a lot of people are giving her grief for that, and I definitely think they're overlooking like her status, because she's definitely a top fighter in the women's division. Yeah. This is a 2-time champ, you know?
With a difficult style.
Yeah. So she's definitely someone to not look over. But the problem is, dude, Weili, I personally think that Weili is the most dangerous woman in the division. You know, yeah, she's not champ, but just look what she does to people. It's terrifying. When she hits you, you're out cold. Like, these women just are not prepared for the power and the damage that she brings. And not only that, just her mind, like her head game and her headspace. She's so focused. She's so serious. When she lost to Rose, the first thing she immediately did was go and get better wrestling. And where did she go to? She went to the Olympic man himself, Triple C.
And I'm happy that you're touching on that, because that adds another element to this fight. Because wherever this fight goes, Zhang Weili seems like she has equipped herself to be victorious. Now, by working with Henry Cejudo, an Olympic-level wrestler, as we know, she's kind of added to that striking base that we know that she has. And it doesn't look very good for Carla Esparza in this fight, if I'm going to be very honest. But then again, it didn't look very good against her in the Rose Namajunas fight, in both of them. And she still was able to squirm her way through and win those.
That's actually very true, man. Yeah. Like, a lot of people count her out, because she's definitely one of those fighters, like you're saying, where they can pull a rabbit out the hatch, you know? They can do the thing that everyone says they can't do. But Weili is just a specimen of a human being, man. Like, she is terrifying. I definitely feel that Weili's plan is a lot of grappling defense, a lot of takedown defense, a lot of I want to keep this on the feet, because she knows that Carla doesn't have a striker's chin. You know, she's definitely someone who.
She's been knocked out before. She's been knocked out by Joanna Jacek.
So she's definitely going to be worried about it, and I think Weili's just going to try to keep it on the feet and look for that one shot, that heavy hand, break through her defense, and just put her on the ground.
Now, we are very excited for that fight right there. That fight is going to be a really interesting technical match. But now, moving on to our main event, ladies and gentlemen.
The moment you've all been waiting for.
Woo! Woo! Now, right here, what we have is we have a really interesting match of old rivals facing each other for the third time. Israel Adesanya, the current UFC middleweight champion, he's looking at a historic UFC middleweight championship reign at the moment, going up against one of the only men to ever knock him out in kickboxing, Alex Pereira. He's faced him twice. He lost the first decision, got knocked out the second time, and now they're facing each other in MMA. The rule set is different. The gloves are a little bit smaller, but the men are the same. And I really wonder how this match is going to pan out.
No, definitely, man. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting fight. A lot of people have been saying, Izzy's had a lot of boring fights. His last 3 haven't been that good. But the thing is, the people he's fought they're shorter than him. They're stockier. Bobby Knuckles and Martin Vittori in particular have very short arms compared to Israel. So he definitely had that advantage on them. And this is someone, however, as you see, Israel is 6'4". Alex Pereira is 6'4". Izzy's got his reach is 80 inches and Pereira's is 79. So this is a guy you're going to be looking eye to eye with at eye level, and you can't just lean back and just dodge things like you do with Bobby Knuckles and how you do with Martin Vittori. So I definitely think this is going to be a very, very interesting fight.
I mean, we've literally seen what happens when guys lean back against Alex Pereira in that Sean Strickland fight. Sean Strickland thought that he was going to come in hands up. He was another lanky guy. He used his length a lot to just kind of
lean back,
bob his way and lean his way out of the way. He tried that against Alex Pereira, got starched. Is that going to be what happens to Israel Adesanya in this fight?
A lot of people are thinking that. But another thing is that a lot of people dismiss Izzy's intelligence. Like we've said before, he's definitely not a stupid fighter. The moment you think he's a stupid fighter, you end up like the other guys. He knows the threat level of this guy. He knows his heart is gonna, he can't use his heart as an advantage anymore. He can't use his reach as an advantage anymore. So from what he's been showing social media and YouTube and all that, he's definitely bulking up, like compared to his last fights. Like I know he's tall and he's lanky, but he looks so skinny against Robert Whittaker too, the most recent one. He just naturally looked very skinny. He does look a lot bigger, a lot bulkier now. I think he's putting on the muscle because he knows that this is going to be a slugfest. He knows that there's going to be a lot of heavy shots thrown at each other. And also there's the whole history, Izzy's doing the smart thing, in my opinion. He's not thinking about them because they were from kickboxing. They were from when he was younger, when he was less experienced in this world, and he wasn't the champ he is now. I like the way he's looking at it. Just like it's not really a trilogy fight, but that still plays something on your mind because his only loss in MMA was his failed attempt at light heavyweight, where you definitely saw the difference between him against someone his own size in Jan Blachowicz.
Exactly. So, we saw him look somebody eye to eye who had the same reach as him. And when the fight did get physical, when the fight went to the ground, that difference was definitely seen when he got pinned down there against Jan Blachowicz and he couldn't go anywhere.
Just kept. And now, so starting off the main card, we've got your boy Dan Hooker, the Hangman, versus Claudio. What? Let me get this. Make sure I get this name right. Claudio Puelles, the knee bar kid, as he's being known.
Knee bar kid.
So the name kind of gives it away. This dude just loves the knee bar. This dude just goes. In fact, recently his win off Clay Guida, he just went for some ridiculous knee bar and he got it. And it's what he's known for. He's nothing too special. He's 13-2. He's I think he's on a bit of a streak. I think 3 or 4. Like I said, dude loves the knee bars, but at this point it's kind of like, okay, are you just a one-trick pony, or are you actually good enough to be here and do this? So they've given him your boy, one of my personal favorites, Dan the Handman Hooker.
So here's my thing about this matchup.
Yeah.
So a while back, Dan Hooker said in an interview that he was booking all of his old fights. Yeah. And that's why he was putting himself into these terrible
managing
situations.
Himself, yeah.
He was managing himself. So when did he stop managing himself? I don't think this is a good fight for Dan Hooker.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I want to see Dan Hooker fight a old veteran.
I think this is Dan trying to say I still got to run a title. don't count me out. I think this is his last run. I think he has this run. If he loses this fight or if he loses on this run to try to get back to like top 5, I think that's when he's going to be like, oh, just start giving me veterans. People love me. I think he still wants that gold because...
But how many losses in a row will it be?
Ooh, 4.
Because after this one, it'll be 3. No, he won that Nasrat.
Oh, he won the Nasrat. But see, the thing is, everyone forgets about the Nasrat, so they count the loss before. Yeah. Which is bad. But
everyone forgets about that fight with Calvin Gastelum's big brother. All right, so that is an incredible fight to start off our main card. Now we go into... Now I have to say, this man is one of my favorite fighters just because I'm a huge OG, like, UFC guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I remember the era when it was Frankie, Edgar, Dominic Cruz, Anderson Silva, Cain Velasquez. They were the champions of the UFC, GSP. Like, it was a really dynamic period of time when the sport was evolving and these guys were really part of the evolution of everybody's game in the sport. Frankie Edgar is fighting in a bantamweight bout against Chris Gutierrez.
El Guapo.
El Guapo.
What a nickname.
What a nickname.
But dude, yeah. Okay, so Frankie Edgar, there's nothing to say. I mean, he's Frankie Edgar. So, straight off the bat, I'm pretty sure this is a retirement fight.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure this is a retirement fight on his side. I mean, look at it. His last 2 losses was... Okay, his last 2 losses was that horrific flying knee from Corey Sandhagen. And then after that, after he took quite a layoff, he took a while after that, he came back and fought Marlon Chito Vera, who squashed his face with that front kick. That is 2 horrific... like TKOs, like bad TKOs, like that was both on the chin, both like, so I think he's starting to realize, hey, maybe it's time. So I do definitely think this is a retirement fight for him.
He was also a guy who was known for having an incredible chin for a really long period of time in his career. And then in these last kind of 5 years,
I think
he's
it was age.
Been getting knocked out. It's definitely,
man. I mean, 23, 10-1. That's quite a record, man. You've definitely been around. But now his opponent, Chris Gutierrez, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, is 18-3-2. He's on a 3-fight win streak at the moment. He recently beat out a guy whose name is Dana Batgirl. That's his actual name. I'm not joking. You can Google it. His name's Dana Batgirl. And with a spinning back elbow, which was like a mean spinning back elbow. Like, it was terrifying. There's a lot of those going around now that I think about it. A lot of spinning back elbows lately. So yeah, I definitely think he definitely sees, from what I've seen in his fights, he definitely seems like a scrapper. He's definitely willing to just walk you down and just throw because either you or him is getting knocked out, you know? And which is also kind of scary for Frankie Edgar because, like we just said, his last 2 fights have shown that his chin is really weak and have also more than likely made the chin even worse. So it's definitely a scary one. I've got a bad feeling we're going to see a great man get knocked out on his last fight, which is not something I want to see, but I've got a feeling we're going to see it.
I would love to see him go back to basics. Get into that signature Frankie Edgar movement.
What if he just pulls like a Mighty Mouse?
Single leg.
Like a modern day Mighty Mouse. Like back to just, like you said, back in the prime. He's just like, he just gives us a beautiful performance.
Gets one more and then takes the gloves and then moves.
It'd be beautiful. But yeah, so this is an interesting fight.
Is it going to be business as usual for Israel Adesanya? He has made it look easy. He has made it look sexy in the he has made it look sexy in the MMA division, in the MMA middleweight division right now. Yep. Basically sweeping through a lot of his opponents, and if he doesn't sweep through them, he bores us and he makes us sleep through them.
No, definitely.
So I'm really excited for this one right here, and I think that this is going to be an exciting, striking matchup to really end one of the hottest cards of the year.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. This card just in its whole entirety is going to be absolutely beautiful. I see a lot of knockouts. I see a lot of blood, and I see a lot of disappointment and a lot of excitement from people.
Yeah.
But yeah, that pretty much sums it up for UFC 281. That's our breakdown of the card. Tune in this weekend. It's going to be an absolute, it's going to be such a great show. And then, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. You know, is he going to hold the belt? Is Alex Pereira the new guy who's going to take it from him? You know, is Weili going to prove her dominance, take the belts? Is Dustin back in the win column?
Is Carla the sleeper? Is she going to actually be the one who wipes the division clean?
Is Frankie Edgar going to retire? You know, like, let us know what you guys think down below. And yeah, have a good one. Woo!